Imagine that I was to tell you that you were able to 8x your current monthly revenue with your detailing business by not needing any more clients. You'd tell me I'm a little bit crazy. Well, that exact same craziness was able to get me to scale Josh from $1,000 all the way to $8,000 within the course of 2 months. And let me assure you that this video is not for cleaners, that this video is for detailers, people who do ceramic coatings and actually use their polisher, because the people who are doing their basic washes are staying viciously stagnant and are staying in the exact same position. And there are boys every single day in the DNA group that are smashing these ceramic coatings out and these paint correction jobs out and PPF jobs out in studios and adding the professional touch that you have been looking for. And you may ask me, what is a ceramic reactivation campaign? And a ceramic reactivation campaign is targeted to solve the direct pinpoints in your business as to why you haven't been able to scale. The reason that you haven't been able to hit 20K months, the reason that you haven't been able to be at home and spend more time with your wife, the reason that you have to go pay to pay, the reason you haven't been able to quit that job, the reason that you are vulnerable in slow seasons. You have no human interaction in your system, which is leading to poor speed of lead, which fixes conversion if you solve it. And a result of all of these issues is you staying viciously stagnant. And the resolution to a ceramic reactivation campaign is fixing all of these potholes in your business. And I'm going to be showing you directly how to fix that today. And let me tell you that if you are unable to sit down for 10 to 12 minutes or however long this video takes, and I can guarantee you right now that you do not deserve to run a successful detailing business, is because somebody out there is doing that and they are succeeding more than you. And this now leads us to our first part of the process, which is our 5-step customer journey. So in this process, we run paid ad lead generation. So this is actually running the paid ad campaigns to attract potential customers. So this is actually running a Facebook form opt-in with targeted questions to make sure that we have all of the necessary client information to be able to get that and convert that lead into a close. And then this takes us on now to our funnel to form opt-in. And this is directing all of the leads to the form opt-in to collect all of their information, but only the information that we actually need. So this is the level of the coding budget, so the money qualification of the client, the year, make and model of the vehicle, so you know what vehicle you're detailing and you can mention it on call. We have this pre-built into our script from the calls, which I'll get into later, and also the name and the best number to contact. So this gives you all of the lead information that you actually need to close this person. And this is exciting, is because this is all you need. You do not need anything else. But let me just tell you, the person that you are now compared to the person that is actually landing these ceramics, that is getting himself out of the current situation that he is in, you lack a certain amount of confidence or motivation to actually reactivate these old clients. Or you may feel that you're actually too busy with your current details to get back to everyone quick enough in time, but you still want to keep the human part to the process and make it feel frictionless and real and personal. You have to realize that what you have currently been doing to get to where you are in your current position, that you need to reverse engineer that and use something completely different that has proven to work, that actually gets you to that desired goal of what you want to become. And if that desired goal of you getting that 20K a month business, of you actually getting those detailing bands, of you being able to delegate, of you being able to spend more time at home, of you being actually able to eliminate the concept of a slow, vulnerable season in winter, then I will assure you that this will work. I know that I've talked about a lot of your problems, but let me tell you that this is how you actually solve the leak in your system, is with this ceramic reactivation campaign. And there's 3 main steps to this. So this is starting a campaign, and this is launching your first marketing campaign to actually generate and track results and generate revenue, and to understanding the sales process. So this is learning the right psychology questions and the right techniques to pinpoint and actually locate the problems within these leads to convert them into paying clients. And then this brings us to compiling leads, so gathering all of the potential customers into one CRM system, so all of your leads are compiled in one place, and then we can get onto the next step, which is actually placing a dialer in. And then this gets to the leads and CRM, so adding all of your leads into a dialing software, and all of your qualified leads and previous clients' new inbound leads labeled correctly in here, so there is no confusion. There is no confusion as to how much money they are actually qualified for in the service they want or the vehicle that they have. And then we have the ability to automatically sync the form fill-ins to a Google Sheet, which automatically syncs them to the actual call software. And this is a trigger. So the trigger equals new leads, so automatically actually adding them and filtering them into your CRM, so you do not have to deal with that. And auto messaging new leads to make sure that the speed to lead is not lost, to make sure that you have the highest conversion. And let me tell you that all CRMs are capable of doing this. GHL, Quo, Close, and any other system that you want. It's simply just the workflow set up, which is super easy to do. And with this specific trigger, that it auto lists ready to dial text and automated first messages, so that you make sure that you never lose the speed to lead, because the speed to lead is the most important part of your business. Is that if you are waiting hours to respond to your clients, then you are missing out on thousands of dollars. Is because I can guarantee they've already called up another person and they've booked it in down the street because someone can reply faster than you. Is that guy that is actually responding to those messages compared to the person isn't, what is he achieving that you are currently not? This now brings us on to our sales process and SMS calls. So this is actually around finding the intent as to why the lead opted in and was interested in your service, which we can then use to leverage, and setting the KPIs and compensation bonus. So this is when we get to the process of actually putting in a dialer to manage these calls for you and keeping that human touch within your system, as the AI dialers are crap. I cannot lie that I've implemented AI dialers into businesses and they have not converted as real people, and I know that every single detailer out there wants to keep real people within their business, so this is something that I'm going to give you today. And the structure to this, to make sure that your dialers stick around and actually care for you and work harder and to make sure that you reap the benefits of their work, is by actually setting up KPIs and compensation bonuses and actually working to a derogative that this is performance based, that the amount of work that they put in will correlate to the amount of money that they get out. And setting these KPIs as having basic figures every single day that you need to hit. And I'll show you a bit of an example of what these KPIs look like with calls, pickups, disqualified pitches, appointment set rates, disqualification rate, etc., so forth. And your dialer will be able to keep track of the data and all of the KPIs, and all you have to do is basically micromanage them, which is super easy. Which is easy once you're not in the process of actually doing it. The whole point of this is to hire an appointment setter on commission to book all of your previous and new clients in as soon as they give you their contact information, to solve the speed to lead, because the speed to lead is a part of every part of the system that you need to solve it. And you only pay when they land you a deal and take no more than 10% commission. That you do not have to fork out of your pockets or refinance your mortgage or dip into your wife's account to make sure that this person will be covered, is that they only make what they earn. Now this leads us on to actually starting the campaign and having clear goals and expectations of what needs to be done every day. And this is setting yourself a certain amount of calls that need to be done to get to your goal. Setting this figure and these KPIs and these goals actually guarantees you getting to your goal. And this means that X amount of dials need to be done. So we said 100, and then 10 people will actually pick up from that, and then maybe 5 people will actually book in, maybe 3 of those being maintenance and 2 of those being ceramics. And you can actually figure out the numbers and how many dials that you need to do every single day to get to your figure goal. You probably already have a long list of clients that are already sitting there and lead information, and this is where you are stuck, is that you do not need more ad spend, is that quite literally your system could not hack it, is that you could quite literally double the revenue on your ads right now and it would change nothing, is that you need a ceramic reactivation campaign, because without this there is no structure to it. There is no structure to you putting in money and actually turning that into a profitable system. And this gets to the point that it doesn't just work with ceramics, but it actually downselling to maintenance plan details and reactivating old clients. All of the people that actually don't want the ceramic and they've already had a ceramic, that you can actually get them locked in for a maintenance plan and get them resecured, back paying, and get the LTV of that client up. AJ was able to land multiple maintenance plans from quite literally using the resources around him and tracking the leads information and being able to actually configure a plan and structure. And as you can look at AJ's page here, he's got Lamborghinis, he's got Porsches, he's got McLarens, he's got BMWs, he's got more Lamborghinis, he's got Range Rovers, Land Rovers, everything that you can imagine. He's absolutely smashing it. And these are the high ticket vehicles that you attract by proxy of doing this. And AJ was quite literally that busy that he could not respond to me, and he made 1K in 2 days and was adding $100 more to his maintenance style and all of that kind of stuff, and just making a shit ton of money, which is extremely impressive. And also in the group, he was not able to post in the group on the exact day, but following days after, he had back-to-back days, booked out work, Lamborghinis, Range Rovers, and only attracting these high vehicles, the Maybachs, the Tacomas, everything. And it is absolutely insane the results that you shall receive by implementing this. And now this leads me to the paid Telegram networking group. So all of the boys that are using this system are inside the Detailing Network Association. So this is a group that me and my business partner have founded, and in support of actually helping out detailers and tangible things that actually work. There's a lot of communities out there that charge far too much, and I believe that you should not have to lose an arm and a leg for valuable information. Is that the only reason that we actually charge for this is to gain from people that they put skin in the game, that people actually understand and they respect the implementations and the systems that we actually give them. As we now have 72 qualified members and holding each other accountable to make sure that they don't fall into the slow vulnerable seasons and all of the other points that we listed previously. So if the DNA group sounds like something that can hold you accountable to actually implementing this system and using it to your advantage to make 2026 your year and your last year of all of the issues that you have dealt with, of all of the times that you have sacrificed things in your life and you have dealt with the pain and the suffering, that now is the time that you deserve to win. There is no one else that deserves it more than you. There is nobody else that is going to work harder and has worked harder than you to get to your specific goal, and that you deserve it. And that is one thing that you need to keep in mind for 2026, and to remain extremely positive that this year is going to test every single decision that you have ever made. And let me tell you right now that you shall prosper, is that every decision that you have made up to this point is about to be worth all of the struggle and torment that you have been through. If you have stuck around, then this is what I am leaving at the end for you, that if you have hundreds of previously existing clients and are open to actually letting myself and my team solve this issue and implementing this exact same system and done with you with the ceramic reactivation campaign, then we can get this started and we can get you on board and we can get this system working for you today and implemented within your business to make sure that you are not staying stagnant and you are being able to defeat all of those peers that took over you during COVID and ever since COVID started, that you were able to show them who is boss and that you were the king detailer in your area. And you may ask me, well, why don't I just join the DNA group and I can get access to all of this anyway? And that's completely right. But 101 implementation is that do you truly trust yourself that where you are currently is to where you want to be, is that you've held yourself accountable to get to here, that if I were to tell you that you need to get to here, you don't know the level of accountability you need to hold yourself at. I've seen multiple detailers, I've seen tens of detailers get to this point, and I'm able to give you the exact right amount of accountability and be able to give you the one-on-one support that you need, and the questions and the implementation and the videos and the voice message and the 24/7 Telegram support, and having constant access to me and my team. I can guarantee you right now that if you give yourself the best possible odds of succeeding, then you will succeed. Is that anybody who has ever gave 100% to something and given all their mind has never ever failed, and that is one thing that is completely true and I stand behind. Let this be the shifting point for the rest of your life.